Hey guys, Seamus here, back again with a new build. As you can see on the bench, we have the 1 and 350 scale trumpeter, USS Gerald R.Ford CVN 78. So this video might be a wee bit long, there's a lot to go through in it. We got 3 big boxes to show. We bought this cradle for it a while back, um, specifically for this. It will take up to 200 scale. You can change it down to suit 72 scale and so forth. It'll do submarines, aircraft carriers, cruise ships, blah blah blah. It's a handy tool to have. You can adjust it. I try to keep my big head out of the road. So if you want it on its side sort of thing, you can work on the sides. See, it'll swing right around the opposite side as well. Just tighten your lap nuts up, holds everything in place. It's a big bloke, so it is. There's a bit of a section that goes on here. It's actually too big for the box to go into. You do get a maintenance area underside of the flight deck. You didn't get that with the Enterprise, which I built about 10 years ago. I had to scratch build my own sort of thing. But this one does come with the flight deck, maintenance deck as well. So we'll get this out of the road and then we'll have a wee quick look at what's in the boxes. So bear with me. Right, we've got 3 boxes here. I think this is all the burrowing, your flight deck and so forth, bridge, and I think this is the inner deck. So we'll start with a small one first. So let me set this camera up again. We'll get a closer look at it. Great, our wing. It's all wrapped up. As you can see, I only opened the one. You get 4 of each. I think that's the Hornet. And Hornet again. There is a Tomcat in it. There's helicopters as well. Yeah, so they're Hornets. So there's plenty of them. I imagine each screw has their own individual jet. So this is your arming you get with the kit. Get the Osprey, the F-35, the F-18F, the EA-18G. It's the Hornet. And the other one is the F-18E as well. The F-18E and the MH-60. You don't, sorry, I beg your pardon, you don't get the Tomcats first. I'm thinking of the Enterprise. This job here, E2D, sorry, beg your pardon. So there's plenty of R-wing with it. You do also get forklifts and so forth and other bits and bobs. You get their Christ Hillies, um, towing trucks, fire trucks, forklifts, and a few other things in the kit. So that's an exploded view of the finished kit. There's plenty of PE with this. I think there's 5 frets, plus I have more ordered. There's a detailed view of all the PE, mainly around the bridge, around the sides of the ship as well. Your fire hose rails, your forklifts. You get bits and bobs for your jets, like propellers and so forth. The phalanx system, there's all bits and pieces fed. You get a load of railings. There's the frets up the top. So 5 of them all together. So we'll have another look at this other box. So box number 2, I just realised there's a lot to go through here, so I'm not really going to go in depth. I don't want this video going on too long, but you'll see it unfold as I build along over the next lot of weeks. Um, there's your PE railings and so forth. More stuff in the back. Little blades for your helicopters. More on the opposite side. More railings. And that's stuff for the flight deck. So there's a lot of it. He said, any parts in this? Very, very small. You know, should stand. I not use that stand. Probably. Parts of the bridge, I think. I said, I don't want to go in too heavy into here because we'll be here all day. Where's the part of the ship? The front goes on here today. So we get a look at this last box here and then we'll call it a day. As I say, you'll see it unfold the build as I've seen it all through the winter. As I said before, I'm just taking a break from the cars and the trucks and concentrate on one of my ships. So we get box 3 here. So box 3, yeah, it's packed. One thing I'd say about Trumpeter, the parts are well packed and protected. There's more planes, that's the F-35. And more planes as well. I'm not too sure what they are. I think they're Hornets. Again, there's more of the older type plane. I got there is for surveillance. I could be wrong. Quite sure. And our flight decks I spoke about earlier. It's going underneath on their side. So there's plenty of it. As you can see here, more your bigger parts we're getting into now. I'm not too sure what they are. I don't want to just yet. There's more R-wing, is it? Yeah, that is your Osprey. More bigger parts. More R-wing. And the F-35, I think they are. And then bigger parts again. I do have a little parts arriving for it, but they'll not be here for more than a weeks. No hurry for them just yet. So let's go, guys. I just wanted to show you what that was entailed. You got 91 steps in the booklet. Finishing up your R-wing. 91 steps. 92, sorry, beg your pardon. So it's well detailed, these instructions from Trumpeter. I've built Trumpeter kits before. I never had any problems with them. So there's plenty here to keep the mind ticking over. I imagine some of these parts that's in this here won't be used because of the PE. But we'll come to that bridge, we'll cross that bridge and we'll come to it. So I'm debating now whether to build this on the stand we came with, or make my own stand, or actually have it in a seascape sort of thing with the resin. I'm going to buy a couple of gallons of that stuff to set it into sort of thing and then take it from there. But that's down the line. But as I say, guys, I'm just taking a break from the cars, trucks, and other small things, and concentrate on the bigger kits here. Now, I don't want to ramble on too much, so that's what's on the bench now at the minute. The 1350 scale trumpeter USS Gerald R.Ford CVN 78. So, thanks for watching, and we'll speak to you all later. Bye.